everybody, we're on to day 30 of our Flylady system, and today we're going to be looking at something that I always refer to as my external hard drive. I actually couldn't live without it. So keep watching and we'll get right into day 30. Okay everybody, we're nearing the end of our journey through these Flylady steps where we've been going from overwhelm to order. How are you doing? Are you still doing those really early first steps? Are you still shining your sink? Are you still getting dressed to shoes? Are you managing a load of laundry a day? Don't worry if you're not doing it perfectly. Nobody does the Flylady system perfectly. We just do what we can do when we can do it, and over time our habits change and grow so it becomes automatic and our lives are just much easier to live, and the clutter just seems to, with a little bit of work every day, just seems to start melting away. Well, it does melt away. Most of it heads down to the opportunity shop, or maybe it's rubbish and it goes out to the rubbish. Anyway, don't let me get distracted. We must get on to what we're going to do today. Again, I've said this little book here is the most important book in my house. It's my diary. It has everything in it. I call it my external hard drive. Now, we have talked about this before because we've had it as part of our routines to look at our diary in the evening to see what's coming up for the next day, so we know what clothes to wear, we know that we might need to get some things prepared for the day. Also in the morning we double check this again as part of our routines. Now, you might not be using a diary like this. You may have gone excuse me, you may have gone for a wall calendar, and we talked about doing our meal planning on the wall calendar and writing down our meals and moving them down maybe a week or 2 weeks after we've had them. So we're already using our calendar. So whichever system that you're using, a book, you may even be using your phone. I mean, your calendar may be on your phone. Whichever system you're using, we want to look at that again today. So again, I'd like you to get out your timer, okay, and chuck 15 minutes on that timer, because it's going to be this is going to be a 15-minute job. What I want you to do is get out your calendar, and I want you to start looking a little bit ahead about what events are coming up. Maybe you have some family birthdays coming up. Maybe you have some, if you've got children, you might have notices from school with things that are happening at school. Maybe, when I'm filming this in New Zealand, we're coming to the end of the school year. It's going to be Christmas and summer holidays soon. So we have lots of events coming up. Maybe you've got doctor appointments. I don't know, you go to the doctor or the dentist and they give you those little cards. Maybe you've got those stashed away. Let's get everything, and I mean everything we possibly can, written down. I find in my life, if it's not in the diary, it doesn't happen. If it's in the diary, it happens every time. Another really valuable thing of having things written down in your diary, and it's a trick that I play on myself, is if I have an event coming, like just recently I got a notice to say that there was going to be a secret Santa at school. So there's some things I need to do around that. So what I do is I'll write the event in, whether it's a birthday or in this case it's a secret Santa party at school. And I'll write the actual event in on the day that it's happening with the details, the time and things like that. Then I will write a few days beforehand, remember to get the secret Santa present. Remember to buy some cake to take to the party. Okay, so I start a list, both in my diary, and I also have a list. I use my phone for a going out list, a going to town list, things I've got to do. So I will use Keep Notes, and I'll put Secret Santa for next time when I'm in town, and I do the settings so when I drive to the shops, when I go into town, it tells me remember to buy the Secret Santa gift. So when it comes to errand day, which is something we'll go on to a bit later in the Flylady system, when it goes to errand day, it's already on there, it's already on the phone. I'm not having to find that information again and again and again. So 15 minutes today to start putting all these events in your diary or on your wall calendar. You'll really thank yourself for doing this. It is a great habit to get into, everything down. And one thing that I do sometimes, because I'm using a diary, and I don't use a very big one because I like to have a week in advance. This is actually next year's diary, so I know this week in July is free. Sorry, it's coming up to Christmas here. What I will do is I will write the event in here, and I might put minimal information, like maybe the time I've got to be there, and then I'll put a little asterisk by it, and that note from, maybe it's from the school or from doctor, or if there's more information than I can fit on in my diary or on my calendar, in my Flylady journal. In my Flylady journal, I'll get one of those little clear files. Remember these little clear files? And I'll have all the notes available for school or for the doctors, and so I can refer back to them. So if you've got your journal up and going, and all that information in here to refer to, and you've got the events in the calendar or on the wall calendar, you don't need to do both, just whatever suits you. You've got all that information in one place, you don't lose it, so you're not having to juggle so many balls all the time. You can put it in there and leave it until it needs action. A really, really great day for Flylady today, day 30, kind of pulling it all together. One other thing that I wanted to say though before I go, because I'm not going to keep you too long today, is did you manage to pamper yourself? Did you give yourself 15 minutes of pamper time or me time? Did you go for your walk or read your book or do your nails or whatever it was you decided you wanted to do? Please don't be tempted to miss that one out. It's a very easy one to cross off the list when you get busy. But it is one of those habits that nurture us and sustain us and keep us going. You're worth it a lot more than just 15 minutes a day, so make sure you keep that habit going. Okay, that's me for today. We've got one more day to go and we'll have finished these baby steps. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye from New Zealand.